What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Kramzer here. Hall and Oates week. Time for top 10 songs. If you missed the albums video, go check it out. It's one of our more surprising ranking videos that we've done in a while, at least. Don't miss it. And so, first up is Kram with, I'm sure, a very unenthusiastic top 10 songs.
That is incorrect, because as the resident Todd Rundgren fan here shared with Joe, two-thirds of this channel love Todd Rundgren. That would be Joe and myself. We're going to go ahead and start with number 10, Don't Change, which I believe is the title or the leadoff track from Jason's favorite album of Hall and Oates. It's very icy, very moody, heavy on guitar. Sounds like a predecessor to Your Kisses on My List. Really killer guitar and a nice harder edge to it. Smoky feel to it, and the Hall sounds pretty good on it. I know I bashed Daryl Hall a good bit, but he has his moments for sure, and one of them is on Don't Change. Number 9, I've got Lady Rain. It's a song in a minor key with some attitude. I like the light guitar swell in the background. Would be a really good song with a singer capable of the venom and grit that it requires. The songs I like the most, I really just imagine Steely Dan doing, and I kind of get it with this song, Lady Rain. Guitar is great in the song. Number 8, I've got Is It a Star? Again, very Steely Dan, but this one produced by Todd Rundgren. Through the roof. Really cool. It's just fireworks everywhere. Love the solo section. Great guitar solo, and the synth and the bass fanfare together is awesome with the clashing hi-hat work. Really works great. Number 7, I've got You Make My Dreams. Just one of the great bass and key parts pushed together, made famous to our millennial generation by the film 500 Days of Summer. And it's just incredibly catchy, and it's got those great woohoos behind it. Really positive, really uplifting, but it's all about that low-end rhythm section, just tearing it up. Number 6, I've got War Baby Son of Zorro. I love the guitar. Just love that synth swirling about. It has that cool bell-like sci-fi funhouse ringing to it. That's a very Todd Rundgren production. Great mix on the vocals, and it just has a lot of fun and crazy and kind of progginess to it. It's kind of like Hall and Oates bring in Todd Rundgren and try Ziggy Stardust era Bowie, and it works big time. Number 5, I've got Can't Stop the Music. The most rocking song to date in their catalog, Todd Rundgren stamp all over it. Got that cool funky section at the end, some cool guitar tones, and generally just a fun song to cheer, and about as much bombast as you can get out of the melatonin style of Hall and Oates. Number 4, I've got Every Time You Go Away. I used to like the Paul Young version more. I don't anymore. It's got that great love-struck mopey ballad hookiness to it. Terrific guitar. That intro with the guitar is really nice. Nice overture for the song. Number 3, I've got When the Morning Comes. I like the bounce and rhythm with the guitars. Nice and groovy, and I like the way he breaks into those falsettos in the middle of the melodies. Little bubbly bass and that cool alien-like 70s sci-fi coming in. Synth work. Really nice touch there. Number 2, Kiss on My List. I think by far their best hit. The one I actually get excited about hearing. Super catchy. I love the way the melody and the vocals and the la 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 la. That's perfect. That's perfect pop production right there in the background. The build into the chorus is so good. And then he's like, I'm gonna tell you. And then he's like, Your kiss is on my list. It's got a lot of gumption behind it, and I really dig it. But my number 1 is Johnny Gore and the Sea Eaters. Just so much fun, really upbeat. Todd Rundgren everywhere, ripping amazing guitars. Song's it's a blast. It's a fun song. Go Johnny, do what you want to do in the background. Got that glam vibe, starry solar system feel, outer space. Just a roller coaster ride of a song, and that riff. The feel of that riff, to me, I think is very underappreciated. I've never heard the song before, but when I heard it, just all of these things started flying in of things later on in the 70s that you hear. It is almost directly ripping off Darlene by Led Zeppelin. Go back and listen to Darlene and listen to that riff here. John Paul Jones in particular, getting that groove from this song. I think this is one of the most underrated songs of all time. You will hear it in late 70s songs from a lot of acts. I love it. Highly influential. I love it.
Okay, that's an interesting list. That is completely one of a kind. No one, that the whole top 10 with two, three, okay, you get two hits from Hall and Oates and one made famous by Paul Young. I'm gonna have a couple more hits on mine, but I do delve into the deep cuts. Not number 10 though. Number 10 is gonna be Rich Girl. Just think it's a great pop song. Their first number one, so a lot of people thought it was a great pop song as well. Love that they integrate it's a bitch girl. The double meaning there is great. It's a little, it's acidic, it's biting, it's a little Steely Dan-esque with the lyrics. Number 9, I'm going to go with Falling. Great progressive pop, a touch of Blue-Eyed Soul in there. Got a great riff running through it like an electric current. And the outro is very like Genesis-esque, the way the synths come in. A lot of like tape effects and reverb and stuff. That's the one that reminds me of 10cc a little bit. Number 8, if Robert Fripp guest stars, it's making my top 10. Don't Blame It on Love. Really badass solo, really weird, harder edge to it, some twitchiness, some new wave creeping in. It's probably their weirdest, like most out of the pop sphere as far as any one of their songs goes. It's not at all what you'd expect from Hall and Oates, but that's why it works. Number 7, Beanie G and the Rose Tattoo. Todd Rundgren adds some raunch, some secret rock sauce to the Blue-Eyed Soul, and I think this is the best example. That fuzzed out, I don't know if it's a piano or a clavinet, sounds great. It's complex, it's interesting, and it's, on War Babies, which means it's totally unlike anything else in their catalog. Number 6, I'm gonna go with Lady Rain. Somehow this band pulls off country rock with equal aplomb. They didn't do it much, but they bring in some mandolin and electric violin and integrate it with, a touch of Philly soul. Stands out on Abandoned Luncheonette there. Number 5, She's Gone, which I think is the best estimation of the Philly sound. I really like the way it kind of creeps in softly, that shy organ riff, got the soul guitar, the groovy bass. And probably my favorite one of like their lead vocals when they're both singing lead, they're going back and forth, and it's just a really great performance from both Hall and Oates on that one. Number 4, You Make My Dreams. The octaves on that bass, the boom 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 boom, call it the ducktail bass. The oohs and the backing vocals, it's just so bouncy, so much fun. You got to sing along, and it's surprisingly complex. Like they have some really cool chord progressions and some stuff that it's not just like boring pop. Like there's a lot of skill behind these songs. Number 3 is going to be Out of Touch, just big 80s pop. One of their, it's 84, so it's not quite into like that big new wave of pop sound, but a little influence coming in. It starts slow and kind of builds before the vocals, but I think Hall sounds great on them, and I love Oates's backing vocals during the chorus. Number 2, Kiss on my list. It's gotta be here. I think compositionally, it's just perfect. It's like every little detail is just right. The la 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 la's, the Because Your Kiss backing vocals that come in, and the guitar solos, like everything about it. It's just like, I don't know, it's built out of just like every perfect piece. Everything fits. Masterclass in 80s songwriting. And what if you took Kiss on My List and added 50% more fuzz? You would get Private Eyes, which is my favorite Hall and Oates song. That serrated guitar intro, the bass, that jangly piano that they took from Kiss on My List. It's really catchy, just effortlessly so. And it's silly, and the lyrics are ridiculous, and it's just perfect. It's a perfect pop song. The falsetto from Hall, the Private Eyes part, it's just everything about it, just perfect.
All right. My top 10. Number 10, Private Eyes. Deceptively complex pop song, tons of chords. Tried learning it for a cover band, as I mentioned in the previous video, and it just never came together right. Really cool parts, all interlocking in very cool and interesting, unique ways. Number 9, I've got Lady Rain. They're in kind of their West Coast folky songwriter mode here. Pretty cool song, different in their catalog and punctuated by a wild electric violin solo. Number 8, I've got Did It in a Minute. Super catchy pop song. Love the arrangement of all the backing vocals and the chorus. I also love the pre-chorus. Really campy, theatrical shift in tone. Works really well. Sets up the chorus lift beautifully. Number 7, I've got I Can't Go For That. No Can Do. MJ allegedly admitted to Daryl Hall that he lifted the bass line for Billie Jean. It's just a great, simple tune. There's just a few elements in there, but they all work so well. Probably why it's been sampled so much. It's just like a blank canvas for you to put whatever you want on top of. Number 6, I've got The Emptiness, a fantastic John Oates song, almost McCartney-esque. You've got this big dramatic build-up in the song, and I love the flangy, phasey effects on the backing vocals, and there's some great guitar on that track as well. Number 5, I've got One on One. Similar to I Can't Go For That in its minimalism, just kind of like the drum machine sound and a couple other sparse elements, but I think the vocal performance here is even better. Love those high notes, the falsetto, just a pretty amazing vocal performance from Daryl Hall. Number 4, I've got Bad Habits and Infections, a really weird, campy rocker, really out of character for Hall and Oates. Reminds me of 10cc. It's just kind of goofy, but I love it. The part where he's singing your infections can be cured by cutting them out. Cutting them out is just so unusual and unexpected and really cool. Number 3, I've been saying this is my favorite song of all time for a few months now, but it's not. It's my 3rd favorite Hall and Oates song, and it's Italian Girls. But I do really genuinely love this song. It's so, I don't know, goddamn, it's so goddamn fascinating and baffling and infectious and fun and stupid all at the same time. It's just, I don't know how this song exists. I don't know how it got written. I don't know how people okayed it. I don't know how it got put on an album, but it is just glorious. Love it. So catchy. Number 2, it is a great song. I might like it more than Rocket Man. I don't know. It's Wait For Me from Ecstatic, the only great song on that record. As far as like kind of cheesy radio made power ballads go, this has to be up there among the best. I think it's so well done, very Rundgren-esque melody and chord changes, and one of Daryl's best vocal performances. Number 1 is Have I Been Away Too Long? It's just, this one I think it probably is Daryl's best vocals. I think it's a masterclass in blue-eyed soul singing, just such a unique chorus. Have I Been Away? Have I Been Away? The way he hits those notes on Away, just, man, it's so good. It's such a weird hook, too. Like, that's such a strange chorus to kind of vamp on one line like that. Just interesting, unique, great song, great vocals.
I had a ton of contenders for this. I really liked a lot of these songs. I think song-wise, stronger probably than album-wise. I thought almost every album had like at least one clunker. But songs-wise, like I wasn't even thinking of Have I Been Away Too Long, but when you saying that, it reminded me how good the vocals on that are.
Is Lady Rain the only song we all had?
Obviously, everyone saw that coming, I'm sure.
Right, it's always on the radio, and like it's
very, very bizarre. Continuing the week's tradition, I guess. All right,
Jason, did you have anything from War Babies?
No.
That's, come on.
Well, let us know what your favorite Hall and Oates songs are. Are they all singles? Are they all the hits? Let us know. Drop them down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check us out on Patreon if you'd like to support us further. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.